Welcome to the tutorial on Introduction to Illustrator. Today we're going to be talking about how to open Illustrator, how to create a new document, and change its profile size and orientation. So the first thing we're going to do is click on Adobe Illustrator on our dock, and I'm using a Mac, but if you're on a PC, just go to Start, and then Adobe and Illustrator. If you don't know how to put something in the dock, then refer back to the Intro into a Mac tutorial. So I'm going to click on Illustrator and it will load. As soon as it does, it'll give me a default workspace, and let's walk through that real quick. So you start off, I believe, with an Essentials workspace, but if you were to change it to web or something, you'd see that I get different tools and different palettes that pop up in different sizes and different orientations. And typically, you know, you're going to want to set up your own workspace and have it saved so that you can use it next time you're using Illustrator. The same goes for Photoshop and InDesign as well, so remember that. So I'm going to create a new workspace. Well, first I'm going to move stuff around a little bit. So let's say, you know, I have layers here. I use that a lot. Let's just say I want to take this and I wanted this outside in its own little window. And so I pull that out, and then I can click on this. I can click New Workspace, and I'm going to name it Craig. And now that's my workspace. If I came and I was like, oh, I want to use mine, all I have to do is click Craig again, and it sets it up exactly the way I want it to be. So let's create a new document. Let's go to File, New, and let's name it Temp 1. Now the first thing we're going to talk about is the profile. Profile, there's two basic profiles that you're going to be interested in during the course of this class, and that's either web or print. If you're designing something that's going to be on a website, then you're obviously going to use web. If you're designing something that you're planning on printing, then you're going to want to use print. Now, if you're deciding on if you're designing something that's going to be, you don't know if you're going to be using it for print or web, I probably just select web for now, and then you can always alter your project later in preparation for printing. But let's just talk about real quickly the two differences, the main differences between these two. So if I click on web, you'll see that my units of measurement is pixels, and that my color mode is RGB. If I select print, then my unit of measurement turns to points, and my color mode turns to CMYK, which is what most printers use. So I'm going to use web for now. Here you can choose some default sizes, or you can manually enter them here. So let's say I wanted something that was 800 pixels wide and 300 pixels tall. I could manually enter that into there, and that's what I'll get. I want to use pixels for now, and I want my orientation to be landscaped like that, and I'll hit OK. Now, something that's good to know is just because you've named it something and created something, you have not saved it yet. So that's going to be the next thing I do. I'm going to hit Save As. I'm going to leave it as Temp 1, and I'm going to go ahead and just save it to my desktop, and I'm going to hit Save. So now, when this pops up, just hit OK. You don't want to change any of these for now. So now my project is saved. If something happens and I need to come back to it, it'll come back to this point because it's been saved. The only other thing I'm going to teach you for right now is Command 0. Command 0 is one of the shortcuts keys that you're going to use a lot. If you resize your window, or if you've zoomed in on something and you need to come back and see your whole artboard, Command 0 will reset your artboard so that it's visible in the window that you have open. And that does it for this tutorial.